Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I told you the energy. It was quiet before I started, and now, boom, baby, boom. Rise and shine that beautiful sunlight into your life. I got some dude golfing. He just pulled up all sorts of angry. I'm sure this is not the place to golf, you know. Got his whole fucking car opened up and just pulled up with some kind of anger going past me all fast. And that's this morning's marijuana motivation. I'm Mark Saint. This is Saint's Addiction. I'm addicted to bettering my life. I'm on a mission, man, to reach, preach, and teach to people how to break depression and how to have emotional regulation. And this morning, go trump yourself, bro. That's right. You got to trump your emotions. You got to beat yourself to the punch of everything that you do. Then you can have total mastery of yourself and your future. And it's not easy, but it's something that I wanted to go down the whole lane with you, explain everything, and then you tell me the decisions you want to make. Mostly Saints. Okay. Motivated juice. The juice is worth the squeeze. So when you're out of sorts, and most people are, you probably won't calculate why you made the decisions that you did. Odds are you were just swayed by your emotions. Over 90% of our decisions are emotional decisions. In essence, we went inside and said, I'm in love, book the tickets. I know dudes, or I don't know them personally, but watching these Michael Sartain classes where they're buying girls trips to Tahiti because first class tickets are refundable. And girls are sleeping with these dudes because they want their emotions to be followed through. There wouldn't be a Tinder swindler if you weren't being swindlerable, right? Like if you weren't ready to be, what do we call it? A laydown, right? In sales terminology, a laydown is someone that came in. I'm sure they prepared. I'm sure they did their research. But emotionally, they have no qualms about being reckless with their decisions, right? You know, all of a sudden you're making horrible decisions at the ATM with the stripper next to you. All of a sudden, oh man, I gotta have those rims, bro. It's not even a want, it's a must. And then it becomes not even a, you know, what up, bro? It's not even a have or a need, it's a must. I must have it. And when I have it, let's go through it. This is why I'm having this conversation. Say you go the way with it, right? I'm gonna give you a bunch of sugar. You can't stop me from eating the ice cream like I was eating last night. I had these little bars, got them on discount, whoopity whoop, right? I'm snacking on them. And you're not me either when the lactose intolerance kicks in the morning and I got a stomach ache. We like to glorify the beginning of the transaction. We like to forget the lesson and the ramifications from the experience. And this is what puts us in a trick bag. This is why you have to trump yourself and beat yourself to the punch. And hopefully, because Trump is big in the news right now, a bunch of people are going to watch this show because you need to know. You need to know that you're not outwitting yourself, you're fucking yourself. And it's kind of like this. I was thinking of Elon Musk. Yes, he was in my dream. Yes, he grabbed my phone and it was really real and it was weird. But getting that cold out of me. But what I trying to say with Elon Musk was he was like, we left our patents open-ending. And people were like, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you protect your intellectual property? Aren't you afraid of people stealing your technology? And he went, I'm not trying to live in judicial purgatory. So now, you know, you think you're protected, right? I have a patent. I'm solid. I'm doing my thing. Da 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 da. And then guess what ends up happening? You don't. You end up being in purgatory of judicial purgatory because now you have to battle all the time these so-called protection mechanisms that you have for your permits and your patents and all these other things with the P word that you think prevents people from fucking with you, and then you end up getting stuck, bruv. The things you thought were giving you more freedom are keeping you down. And that's like all of us, Each one of us has something that trumps ourselves, and we haven't figured out how to do it yet. And that's unfortunate because, like, you're wasting your time, right? You're wasting your energy. You had so much potential before you gave it over to a problem. And most of us don't know that we did it that way. I woke up this morning, Jenny Face, happy birthday. She's like, yeah, boom, right to the drama. They're tagging the boyfriend's car, and there's an air tag on his car, and there's drama, and there's a lawsuit, and it's just like, you should not shit where you eat. You would not be even near this situation if you had controlled yourself, if you had not dated in the workplace, right? They're banning him and her from the finances and the computers, and now they got a lawsuit. And I just thought, man, have you not fucked yourself? To get fucked, you're still getting fucked. And it's just like, a lot of people don't get to see it that way. It took a real hard look and maybe a lot of stillness and a mirror for me to see that I was causing my own pain and suffering. That fucking sucks, dude. Like, to have that awareness, to come up and be like, ooh, if I wasn't so argumentative with people, I wouldn't find myself in arguments so much. Yeah, but I feel right, and I want to prove a point. Trump yourself, bro. Trump yourself. Beat yourself to the punch, shadow box here, and go like, are you even any fun to be around? My buddy Ronnie, I love him to death, but he's argumentative. He likes to play hard negotiation tactics till he came up with someone that plays more harder than him. And that's his baby mama. And she wants time with the kids. So now he has to negotiate with someone that has more power than him. And he hates it. He always wants to be the smartest, best toys, most money, because that would keep people from knowing how insecure he is. But that's not how it works, bro. He gets more and more exposed every time he tries to argue with someone. There's two idiots. And I had this conversation with my own cousin where he was like, yeah, I was telling Tavi, and he's like, you know, you're not even intelligent and all this other stuff. And he's like, oh yeah, well, can you understand this? And then he's trying to make him feel like a fool because he couldn't understand or read the directions or whatever. And guess what? That makes two idiots arguing, two brothers going back and forth. And you know people like that. You know people that go round for round and do those things. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm just saying. Every bag, every poop, everything. They don't take care of their dogs. I know. Thank you, babes. Yeah. I thought I was the only one that picked up trash. All right. Senior, good citizens here. So she's picking up doo-doo for other people's dogs. You know, there's people that have it within them where they're just going to let their dog shit wherever they want. Well, guess what? Those are the people that I'm trying to talk to right now. They haven't been able to untrump themselves. They felt entitled enough, like this dude, to pull up way fast and start hitting golf balls on grass that isn't a golf. This is a park, bro. And even my buddy that saw the green grass once, he was like, ooh, this would be a good driving range till you start putting divots in the grass and kids are supposed to come here and play. We are so beyond ourselves. We can't see our forest through the trees. We get into our emotional state. We start chasing our emotions, and then all of a sudden we're like throwing all the money out. We were so disciplined, right? Go to work, get up early, and save that money, and then you're gonna spend it on this one thing, and then boom, something comes by, emotional moment, and it's like, oh, my ex said that she's can't pay the rent, and they're gonna kick her out. She started crying again. What you didn't follow through with, the way you didn't untrump yourself, is like, why is she asking you this? Right? Why she find it comfortable to bring you this news? I'm just curious. And follow the emotions like you follow the money. Let's go through it. Have you helped her out financially before? So would it be a smart monkey to go back to the same tree that produced fruit again? And even if they want to kowtow down, there's a lot of demure, low hand, come, non-aggressive, bow down. I want to say, I don't want to call it. I want to call it like physical symptoms. I don't want to. What do they call it? Micro expressions. There's a lot of emotional reactions that we pull as people to say, okay, you caught me, or I'm not gonna cause any trouble, or my tail's tucked between my legs. You know who you are, and we all do it. There's plenty of people that will fake laugh just so that you can hear it, right? And then be like, I'm uncomfortable. I said something like, yeah, that's because it's meant for me. and you do that kind of behavior, right? And then you're on some, well, guess what, bro? Now you're on some, I'm uncomfortable. That uncomfortable laugh that you know you said something that you're not supposed to say. I hope this fool hits. If he hits me with a golf ball, I'm rushing him and I'm whooping his ass. I'm way too strong right now and maybe too full of testosterone. I might release my emotions on the wrong person, and then I might have to fucking thump him. You know what I'm saying? Look at all these golf balls from right here. What if it hits me? Then what? Do you want to have this conversation, buddy? Yeah, he's got some nerve, bro. Should I confront him? See, here's my choices of emotionality on some real shit. You know, well, God forbid. And then we might have to have some aggression and shit. So, you know, this dude's out here. This guy's. All right, I mean, let's let him do his thing. Then I'll say it nicely, so that way he can just not do something. Yeah, so as you can see, I waited for you to take your swing, but you didn't wait for me to walk by while you were swinging. God forbid you shank it or hit something else. This isn't a golf course, you know what I'm saying? So just let me walk past you so I'm out your range. Yo, you know what I'm saying? I want you to have your stress relief too. Yeah, appreciate you. So I practiced what I preached. I said I wanted to be more in control of my emotions. Most of them was like, what the fuck you doing, homie? You know, and then what kind of reaction would I get back? This is the chess game that I'm playing. This is the game that's in my mind. And yes, of course, as soon as I start going, guess what? We got some private jets flying over you. You know what I mean? There are always the helicopters out here. Right. So, I mean, some people, their swing is more important than the people. Pulling up with your shit all open past people was more important than people. And now you're out here with people and you should participate with people. You should let them know. You're, hey, I'm about to hit some golf balls. Or, hey, there's some people in the way. Or how about the lady that was here yesterday and went right by the sign that says keep your dog on the leash without her dog on the leash? And then it's a medium-sized fucking German Shepherd and I'm going to argue with you while your dog's unleashed? Right. There's some people, they can't see that they're being an asshole. I'm some people. I couldn't see I was being an asshole. And to unlock this to you, right? Because I want you to benefit from watching this. I don't need you to waste your time. You know, try it. Try to unlock, try to trump yourself. Try to unlock your normal reaction because your ego is going to kick in. Your endorphins are going to kick in and your system, the app that you use for any type of conflict, starts kicking in again, and then you're stuck with that, right? So I've had a couple conversations recently, like with my print partner here, and I had to listen to him. Was he off base? Of course. Does this dog need to shut up? Of course, you know. Was like, but for his perspective, right? Unless I listened to his emotions, I was going to get the emotional, unavailable version of him, not the happy, I'm listening version of him. You got to ask yourself, this guy's starting to golf and shit right now, right? If I would have approached him, oh, my bad, bro, thanks. And I was like, cool, bro, we're cool. He said, my bad. And then he was apologetic and friendly and what do you call that? Respectful. We have to lead that way. We don't live that way and we don't lead that way. We come in with our raw emotions and think everybody's got to handle it, right? Boom, kick in the door. Who wants what, right? You know what I mean? It's this guy, get on the ground. And it's like that kind of bum rush, that kind of bull rush. Are we having this conversation from a Taurus bull, Zodiac's on shirts, right? My approach to the China shop as a bull did not benefit me. I came out with anxiety. I shared it. I thought that the people were my psychologists and they were my clients, right? They'd show up and I'm like, oh man, it's so stressed, bro. These shirts won't arrive and you know, I'm doing my best, bro. And I look like a crackhead basically. Couldn't see my own forest through the trees and couldn't see that that's not what they wanted to hear. They heard me, but they were processing something else. They weren't hearing my actual pain and they were hearing a complaint. And then they were losing faith. And then they were actually going like, yeah, I'm never going to use this guy again. And that's exactly what ends up happening. You can tee off right? You can tee off. You can beep 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 like a tea. Was it a tea kettle? You can go off as much as you want like a tea kettle, but bro, you're only gonna get burnt by steam. I'm telling you now. What did she say? Daniel, laugh my ass up. Trump is no bueno, buddy. You're complaining about everything. I knew somebody would talk about Trump. No, the word Trump means to beat. You know what I mean? You gotta trump your own emotions, bro. Trumping emotions. It's funny. Politics on shirts if you really want it, but I knew I'd get some viewers and shit like that. But bueno, no bueno. Do you have control over you? That's this whole conversation, bro. And most of us, we don't. We just don't. We are completely untrumpable. We'll follow the lead of someone else. We'll complain. We'll sit here and think that it's about someone else. And it's not. What's up to Roken Vapes? Champion of Vapes. Cartridges sold separately. You're going to have to DM Saints Addiction. Isn't that pretty? Look how pretty she is. She's so pretty in the gold and the pretty. Is she so pretty? Yeah, she's pretty. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a motherfucker that got you to stop you and from living in the house that you built yourself when you were 8 years old, right? And now step into a world where you're like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, are you mostly Saints? $10. I got you a skull cap. I started wearing the skull cap in between the straw hats so it wouldn't pull the hairs. Reason for the season. Let's go. Bless up. Still getting over this cold. And I knew people would be watching me with my Mexican sombrero. It doesn't have to be Mexican. Or my dark shirt and thinking I'm Mexican. Or with the word Trump and thinking it was political. It's beat. I tried beat yourself, right? About 2 months back for a live, and they flagged it. Like I was actually telling you to be abusive to yourself. That's not the case, and that's not the point. What I'm talking about is beating yourself to the punch, beating yourself in shadow boxing, beating yourself at emotions. Having emotional stability will change your life. I was glowing yesterday talking about all the things that went right. One of the things I forgot to mention, my emotional stability. You know, mom tries to attack me. I always felt like I got to attack back. I learned that reaction from her. That's all my grandpa and her and the men before her and my family and that technology or that technique bred into me. Oh no, I gotta tell you about myself. Well, no, actually, you look like you're ignorant at the DMV and you'll get arrested. That's what we forget. We think that we're so powerful with our anger. We're like, you're gonna listen to me or I'm gonna hurt you or hit you or enforce on you. And people are just like, yeah, let's just wait for the cops to show up and let's see what they have to say. And you know what I mean? We see it all the time. Domestic violence cases, people that are going through divorces, people that are really just unstable and unwilling to learn from certain things, bro. We do it to ourselves, and that's the shitty part. There's no one to blame afterwards. As you pointing it this way and that way, like you're on some fucking Spider-Man journey, and it's just like, no, it doesn't work that way, bro. It doesn't work that way. It's only you and whatever actions you do in the time that you're alive, and that'll be your repercussions. That's your consequences, and nobody's gonna dip and die from you, and nobody's gonna let you do the redo or the reset so that way you get a different chance at it. You only get one shot at it, and that's about it, bro. So when you got a chance at life, might as well keep swinging at things that benefit you. Follow through with it. Go ahead, do all the emotions, eat all the ice cream you want, diarrhea. Be rude to people, you'll be lonely. Say whatever the fuck you want to say, people clap back. There's a repercussion for everything. I think we get away with it, but I promise you there's a clap back, and that's the thing that came with Saints Addiction and at Mostly Saints. Yeah, I got a halo on, bro, but there's horns on it. There's gonna be some devilish shit that applies, and especially if I'm living on sin. What did the guy kept said? Full sin. You know, people have full sin modes. They have that fuck it mask off, and usually it comes and participates with addictions like alcohol or cocaine, it's going to get you to say all sorts of things. You know, like my friend was saying the other day, it's all that, oh man, I love you, when someone's drunk and then they don't remember saying anything. Did it even happen? It probably didn't. And that's the conversation I'm having with people. You know, I trump myself by not being at the bar so I don't get the fake I love yous. And I trump myself by not going to the clubs and having these conversations with people that won't remember. And I also beat myself to the punch by getting up every morning and getting some fucking sunshine on my face and my skin and my soul, so that I can be a better person when I go into buildings that have fucking what's the kind of light, you know, that they have. You know what kind of light I'm talking about. What's that kind of light? What's the light they call that? What do they call it with the L? I don't think it's not LED. What's the lights when you go in and they're all fucked off? What's the ones I'm thinking of? Bioluminescent, yeah, you know, that I'm dying in the matrix lighting, the instead of the I'm going outside and I'm thriving and growing. Right. Do you not know yourself as a plant to grow more? Like, are you the type of person to grow in a closet, or do you need actual sunshine and direct sunlight? You let me know. Fluorescent lighting, that's what I was talking about. Bless up. Join Weed Club. JoinWeedClub.com is getting a new website. Everybody will be able to reach, preach, and teach to everybody. Source and smoke safely. It's a beautiful thing. Bless up. Yeah. And that's what's gonna be, bro. Me beating me. That's my own worst enemy. Me going like, hey, you're starting to spend a lot of money. As soon as you get money, you can't wait to spend it. What are you spending on? Did you have to get those flyers? Okay, bet. Did you have to get those websites? Okay, bet. And what about spending habits with food? I check myself. Normally, it's feast or famine with me. I'm like, yeah, we got money. I'm spending it. I don't want any in my pocket. I don't know how to save. That's me. And a lot of people, when we talk about tomorrow, is to follow through. Finish that sentence. Is that you? You know, most people don't know how to finish a sentence clearly. They don't know how to admit it to themselves or to others. They give the polish, the spit, and the flower and the shine, but it isn't the way that it is on time. That's not exactly how you really feel. That's not exactly what you're really doing. And that's why we're having this conversation this morning. Yeah, the dude's leaving. Thank you. There's got to be a way for you to find out what you're made out of. There's got to be a way to fucking beat yourself to the punch and just go, what if I try a different chess move? Just what if I enable myself to delete that other app that's been running in the background, the one since I was 8 years old, when I went to go protect myself and when I needed safety, when we all need it. How do I do it? Am I an avoidant? Am I anxious? Am I aggressive? You know what I mean? You tell me. I don't know. You know you, but you won't get to study you. You probably didn't study your other chess moves. Like chess players, they have to write down their moves and then they can go back home and replay the game and see what they could have done differently. You don't even journal, right? You know, I wouldn't be in this mess if I didn't put myself in this mess. Okay. I wouldn't be in South Korean prison if I wasn't addicted to weed. Okay. Saints Addiction was born that day. I had to be real with myself and be like, why do I put myself and my freedom in danger for some 3 grams of weed? That's the stupidest thing I've ever done. And that's the book and door. It was hard for me to accept no's and people that tell me what to do. And then I had to trump myself and go, you have a tough time with constructive criticism. You have a tough time with discipline. Matter of fact, that's the reason why I didn't go to the military, because they would be like, duck, and I would say why, and then my head would go splat. So much of that. And just like that other chick, got divorced from a military man but keeps dating military men, you're going right back. And there's some people that'll never see it that way. They'll be like, no, I have to protect the gates. No, your ego's telling you have to protect the gates. I'm telling you, you have no control. You have no self-control, and you have the illusion of control, and the universe is in control. Now what are you going to do? Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. So you have 2 choices. Sit and learn learn helplessness. That's a behavior. Or B, get engaged and start pulling that trigger and start pointing your emotions and your decisions in the directions that you want it to go, much like this guy was golfing. You know where you're hitting the ball. Why aren't you know where you're hitting your emotions? Why haven't you played the whole game out and say, okay, if I played this way and then I go around second base and then around third base or 3 chess moves ahead, why haven't I seen that? I'm causing my own dread. My other buddy was like, it's just another year. I said, happy birthday, it's just another year. No, it's not, Daryl. You know what I mean? I fired back at him. I said, up to you is what I told him. Lao Tao Kun, up to you. You're going to turn 50 and you've never been to Thailand, right, bro? You need to make it a big 50. It's not just another year. You can keep it that way. If you want to say just another year, it'll stay another year. And there's people that stay still and do the same shit over and over. Or you can be like, it's 50 and I need to shake a tail. Up to you. And no one's going to force you to do anything you don't want to do. I'm trying to get you to force yourself to do what you're already inclined to do. I'm not asking you to go against your instincts. No, I'm not trying to get you to be different, right? I'm asking you to change. I'm asking you to grow, because in that growth, you're going to have a whole new option and output of what's actually happening. You're going to get a different result than what you're getting. And that's the only thing that you can do, right? What's up, bro? That's what I want people to do, I want them to be able to go, I'm not a hostage to my emotions. I don't always have to be that way. You can go ahead, run your mouth, little dog. You're just barking. You're not going to bite. And you know yourself, too. If you're going to bite, I can clap. So you can bark and I can clap back. How about that? And then do I want to be the second idiot in the situation? Do I want to be the second dude because I can't stop an argument that I'm going to sit here and argue about politics or go back and forth or waste my time? That's all of us, dude. We're wasting our time and there's no shine in it. There's no halo here when you're just running yourself into the ground and talking shit and being aggressive or being rude or losing your attitude, losing your temper. I'm as guilty as a motherfucker, bro. This is a Taurus bull right here, and I just got sick of being Bugs Bunnies into the joke, and I'm glad you guys waited to the end for that motivation, because it's real. We really have to stay motivated ourselves. It's not on somebody else. It's not on their impetus. It's not their job to wake up and motivate you and wind you up like a clock. It's up to us. I was sick of being the guy that put all my force, my forza, like a bull, 2 horns, bing, into the wood, and fucking Bugs Bunny comes from behind me and it was like laughing at me, bro. He's just like poking my ass, and I'm over here stuck in the wood because I was so furious. And then instead of saying, I'm just angry, I'm angry, and thrashing about, right? You know what I'm doing instead? I'm going, why am I a train? Why, with all this mice forza inside me, why am I always a train that only aims at one thing? Why do I have no brakes? I just started asking questions. How did I find myself here? Why did I pick this destination? Like, why'd you even leave the station, bro? Like, seriously, why'd you even leave the station if this wasn't the destination you wanted to be in? And that was a oh my God moment. You know what I mean? I don't have to argue with these fools. And I don't have to chase fool's gold. I get to be an emotional sniper. And I get to sit here with my Saint Shades. Pick the battleground. Pick where I'm going to take the shot. And choose my shots wisely. That's an assassin. That's what you're going to be. You're going to fucking trump your emotions. You're going to beat yourself to the punch. And you're going to give yourself a chance to change your outcomes. That's your morning marijuana motivation. If you got anything out of this, you already know. On my heart from the start. Your boy Marky Saints Addiction. We out here. Mostly Saints. Let's get some shine. Let's get some shine. Let's get some shine. And peace. Love. Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever in Finnish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. The other side of your fear, the other side of your excuses, the other side of your emotions. I got to add that too, because then that's where you'll find your happiness. You'll be like, oh, fuck, dude, I don't have to feel this way anymore. I can pick my moods and I can choose my tudes, and I'm going to beat to a different drum. And that's all that is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.